Well. Tripp Kelly back at it again, guys. How you doing? Today I'd like to talk to you about some of the most lazy animals. And there's 5 in particular that I want to get at. We're going to get going right now, okay? You might be wondering why I'm here at this location. There's some renovation going on at the homestead, and my wife might or might not be mad at me. It might be in the doghouse, but who knows? I'm at my bug out location filming, okay? Now, I've seen a couple other people here, which makes me think this might not be the best idea for a bug out location in case Korea, one of the Koreas bombs us, or maybe, the plague comes back. Anyways, let's get into it. The 5 laziest animals that I want to tell you about. The first animal that I just do not know how these things survive. Okay, the first animal is the koala bear. It only is awake about 2 to 6 hours a day. The rest of the time is sleeping. You know why it's sleeping that long? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the koala bear eats eucalyptus, and eucalyptus is really hard and toxic for its body, so it needs to sleep that whole other time to recuperate, if you will. I don't know if that's just the laziest animal or the dumbest animal, because why don't you just switch to something else? Try eating like something different that normal animals eat, not eucalyptus. I'm sitting around a bunch of eucalyptus right now. I don't see any koala bears. We are in America, but I don't see any. So the next laziest animal, I bet you're guessing it's an animal with legs. Nope. Well, it does have legs, but it flies. It's called a cuckoo bird. Cuckoo, whatever you want to call it. Now, this bird, when it mates, or however birds get their eggs, when they mate, the birds deliver the eggs, babies, into another type of bird's nest, because it knows that cuckoos are bad parents. You have children, you lay the eggs in another nest. Like, that is so lazy. If I was a bird and I came home to my nest and I found out that a cuckoo had laid eggs in my nest, in my bird wife's nest, in my nest, I would swing on that bird. I would go fly over there and I'd bring my wing across my face and slap that bird so hard. Cuckoo. Now this brings me to the third animal on the list. This is the pygmy blue-tongued lizard. I don't know where they live, but I know I don't want them around me, okay? You know what the pygmy blue-nosed, blue-tailed, 3-eyed lizard does? It lays in a hole all day. It spends most of its life in this hole, just big enough for it. And when it doesn't eat or drink anything unless an insect, like a cricket, falls into the hole. How does it get water? If rain or other types of water molecules come down into the hole, then it uses its tongue and sticks its head out of the hole and just licks the water, blah, 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 like that. That is so dumb. Get out there and get your food. Look at other animals like the lion. Lion gets out there, attacks its food without regard. It's just a predatory big cat. Pygmy blue-nosed lizard, get out of here. Next. Fourth one on the list, not the worst, but almost. This is the sloth. Now everyone thinks that sloths are cute with their 2 fingers and they just walk around all slow. Other videos of people on YouTube, you can see them picking up the sloth to help them across the road. No, that's not how it works. Evolution doesn't work like that. We've evolved into humans and we drive cars now. If a sloth is not fast enough to get out of the way, you're getting ran over, buddy. That's just how life is. I know it must not be that hard for you as a sloth. No responsibilities, no homework, no mortgage to pay. Anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. Sloths are just damn lazy. They're super slow. They sleep all the time. They sleep for 20 hours a day. Can you believe it? You know what sloths remind me of? They remind me of that friend that you go and you're picking them up before you go do something like going out a big old truck pulling contest. You're going out to pick up your friend and you text them, let them know you're there. They don't come out for 10 minutes. What were they doing that whole time? Slothing? Just walking through the house all slow? And then they finally open the door, they see you at the car and they walk out super slow. Usually it's not on all 4s, but it's just like, come on, man, hurry your behind up. Sorry, Lord. But the laziest, and I mean the gall darn laziest animal, and I just don't like this animal at all. It's the hippopotamus. This lazy, dumb, ugly animal sleeps upwards of 20 hours a day, and when it is awake, all it does is mess with other animals, like goes around and tries to bite other animals for no reason, even though they're not their food. and, you know, those little birds that land on their back to stay out of the water because they've been flying around all day, you know, they try to get those birds off their back too. I mean, granted, it'd be a little annoying to have a bird walking on my back, but if you're gonna be a lazy hippo, sit there for 20 hours a day sleeping underwater, coming out just to take breaths while you sleep. If you're gonna be like that, you gotta give the bird a little ride. It's the least you can do, okay? You know what this reminds me of is like your friend's a marathon runner and you're a fat person and you're sitting there on the side, and I'm not fat shaming, I'm just saying you're really fat, and your friend's running a marathon and they come across the finish line, they come over to you, and you know, you're sitting in your lawn chair, your reinforced lawn chair. Your friend comes over and they're all sweaty, and you know, you sit down and they give you a high five while you're still sitting, and then they ask for if they could sit down, have some water, and you take the last of your water and pour it all over yourself, and you say, no, you can't sit here because it's for me. That's what I would compare the hippo's interaction with those little birds to be. Now, these are the top 5 laziest animals. I'll be back next week. Don't be afraid. Okay, I'm coming back. And before next week, I want you to comment in this comment section about an animal you'd like to see me deeply analyze and give my 2 cents on. Regardless of how much I hate these lazy animals, I don't really like vegetation. And people have been getting on me for pulling up weeds and punching trees and things like that, but I think there's more things to worry about in the world. So why don't you mind your own business? Go back to playing Monopoly like a nerd, okay? Well, this is Tripp Kelly signing off, and I will see you next week.